Hey guys, Like Style here.
I'm Bat Tracy.
We're Punk Rock Blues.
It's day 14
of the 25 Days of Christmas Telethon Spectacular
Ultimate
Marathon Ultimate Extravaganza.
Oh, that's a word.
Which is?
That one. We haven't used that yet.
Ultimate?
Yeah.
Extravaganza. Maybe we can use that.
Bash. It's another one. Rager. Palooza.
The Great Christmas Bash. We haven't used Great
Wow.
yet. It's Kiss Kiss Bang Bang with Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer,
And Michelle Monaghan. Directed by
Is that who that is?
Shane Black.
directorial debut.
Yeah, it is, which is weird because he's been working since the 80s.
Do you think that movies... Do you think that in a directorial debut it should say directed by in his or her directorial debut? On,
Or
like, the
just in
credits?
their directorial debut, and then the name.
Because, like, especially...
Yeah, maybe.
The intro sequence of this where it was, like, the classic... Not classic, but, the animated, whatever,
It was like
here's,
running in like 60s type.
here's, like, 2 minutes of
Yeah.
pictures and we don't actually... It doesn't... Yeah.
It's kind of like the Incredibles intro.
Yeah. But, like, that would have been perfect if it said directed by in his directorial debut, Shane Black.
Yes.
What's the story?
Well, the story is a little bit confusing. I
Yeah.
figured you'd want me to take it.
Yeah.
It's so basically Robert Downey Jr. This is going to be spoilers.
Yes.
Robert Downey Jr. is a criminal who steals stuff, but then just unwittingly he becomes involved in an acting audition, and then he gets the gig. He goes to Hollywood. He gets a producer, and his producer's like, "Hey, we want to give you this role where you play a detective. So we're going to set you up for a ride along with Gay Perry, played by Val Kilmer. Gay Perry is a private eye." And so they're just supposed to work together on like a ride-along, like the movie Ride-Along. But they witness a murder, and then Robert Downey Jr. meets his old high school sweetheart who he had a crush on, and just shit happens from there, where there's like crime and guns and a lot of sex, a lot of crazy sex. And yeah.
We watched a different cut. What crazy sex did you see?
No, they don't show it, but they talk about it a lot.
Okay, yeah. What's your rating?
Well, I really like this movie. I don't think it's perfect or anything, and there's a lot of things I don't like about it. But I'm going to give this 4 calling birds, because I think it's a super solid movie with interesting characters. My main drawbacks, because I figure we're going to talk about things we like and stuff.
Yeah.
My main drawbacks are the characters are really shitty. Really, really shitty. I do not like the female character. I'm forgetting her name already. Harmony.
Harmony.
I hate her. Like, really, really hate her character. Just every aspect of her, everything she's about, every single thing. Wish she would die in this movie. That's my one gripe. But yeah, they're mainly, it's like, the movie's really misogynistic and homophobic. And everyone's shitty. But I really like it, so. What's your rating?
See, it's one of those movies where I wish we could give it, a half, because I would give it, 3 French birds. But I think I'm going to up it to 4 calling birds.
Yeah? I figured you liked it.
Because, I will say this, it was almost a 5 golden rings for me.
Wow.
It's a near perfect film. If we're instantly getting into gripes, actually, before gripes, I think it's Robert Downey Jr.'s best performance ever.
Really?
It's also the best narration I've ever seen.
Yeah,
or
the
heard
narration's
in the movie.
very good. The one thing I
That's-
don't like about the narration is right at the start when he's talking about his narration. He's like, "Oh, narrators always do this." Or whatever.
No, that was great. That's what made it the best narration ever. I liked Harmony. I don't know what problem you had with her. I was really sad when she fell down the hill. We'll get into that. Such a weird hill. The reason that I don't like this movie, and I can't believe you didn't think about it. I mean, you can guess if you want. We just watched it. This is the first one of the year we didn't watch together, by the way.
Yeah.
You can probably guess
Because there's rape and stuff?
No.
Cheating?
I was upset by that, but no.
Oh, what?
He loses a finger.
Oh, yes.
And then he doesn't get it back. And actually, he loses his finger twice.
He does.
It was a 5-star movie. The dog eats his finger. I went, oh.
You gotta admit, the moment he loses it the second time is absolutely hilarious when he's like, "You dick, I just got this reattached." I really like that bit. I don't know. I can't believe you liked it that much. Really.
Yeah, I
did not think you were gonna like it this much.
Yeah, I really did not like the line where he's like, "Oh, Papa would take her sister."
Yeah,
that's what
that
I didn't
bit,
like.
and I thought you wouldn't like Harmony.
No, I liked Harmony.
She slept with Chuck Woolley. Or
that was
Chuck
the one.
Julie or whatever.
That was the other part I didn't like, was that she slept with Chuck.
I hate. She's like
Chuck,
fucking.
I don't even remember her name.
He's Chuck Chudley.
He's gay.
She is like the Jenny of this movie. I do not like anything about her character at all. Anything.
I really like the whole Johnny.
Irredeemable for
whoever
me.
the Johnny. We're gonna get right into it, I guess. The Johnny.
We've already spoiled
whatever
so much.
his name is, Johnny.
The character?
Yeah, the spy, the James Bond guy that she reads all the books of. Or the whole movies.
Yeah, I do not remember.
Johnny, whatever. They eventually just start calling him Johnny.
Yeah.
I really like how she learned everything from those books.
Mm-hmm.
I love how instantly she shows her smarts with the adverb then, the badly, and then Robert Downey Jr. tries to use it on Val Kilmer. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Badly's an adverb. Who taught you your grammar?"
So this is a bit before I say my thing.
Yeah.
First, right off the bat, it's Batman and Iron Man in a movie together.
Yeah, I did.
But
I forgot Val Kilmer's voice.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You don't watch a lot of Val Kilmer things. You
don't.
haven't seen many. What do you think about him in this role?
I like his performance.
He's very
right
good.
when I started the movie, you came in. I was like, "Have you seen Gay Perry? I love Gay Perry."
Didn't realize you were right at the start when I came in.
I think you saying that really brought my expectations for Gay Perry up because I didn't like him very much.
Really?
I mean, he's a good character. Out of the three main,
I just think he's very funny. When he really is hammering on RDJ, and even the scenes where RDJ is being tortured by being electrocuted, and he's just like, "Stop helping me!" And he just keeps going.
I didn't like that part.
I really like Gay Perry.
The one part, there's a scene. It is very homophobic.
It's very homophobic and very mean to women.
Right after they have to kiss.
Yeah.
Does Robert Downey Jr. I kind of zoned out.
Yeah, he spits and stuff.
He spits, but then he just...
Yeah, he's like...
I think, does he say a line of he says a line, I couldn't really hear it, I didn't want to rewind, I was like, I took a bite at the same time, but he was like, yeah, definitely, I'm against that, there's no reason that shouldn't be allowed, does he say that?
Everybody says that. There's the one, listen, we're not homophobic in any way, we're just, I want to say this about the one character. Yeah. Right at the start, there's the producer guy, he's played by the guy,
the elephant
Keeping Up
guy?
From the Steins.
Oh yeah.
He's the dad of the Stein.
Yeah. You talking about the elephant line?
Yeah.
Where he's like, you just see a naked man and it gets you going. And then he's like, I don't walk into a room of elephants and go, I want to eat that, or I want to spill it, drain its blood to paint my bedroom wall. That was right after.
And Gay Perry laughs hilariously.
Right after that scene is when you came in and was like, have you seen Gay Perry? I was like, well, he hasn't talked yet because he just sits there and listens to it.
He just laughs hilariously at that.
I love the part too when Robert Downey Jr. is like, I hear they call you Gay Perry. He's like, yeah, we're old friends. He's like, oh, how long? He's like, 5 years. He goes, oh, so you're still gay? He goes, no, I'm knee deep in pussy. He goes, oh, okay.
I do like that.
I also, Gay Perry does shout out the Midwest.
Yeah.
The last line of the movie. He goes,
that's a really funny bit, I think.
The last line of the movie is he goes, oh, and for everyone watching the Midwest, I apologize for us saying fuck so much. And I was like, oh, that's funny. No, I thought it was really good.
I think RDJ and Val Kilmer have really great chemistry together.
I don't know how stupid, if we're supposed to be smarter, or if it's a thing that only these characters know. But the part where Harmony and Gay Perry both instantly figure out the under the panties thing, and then RDJ quickly breaks the narration as like, okay, so are you guys as the viewers? Did you figure it out? Because I'm lost here. I'm sitting there like, no, I have no idea what the fuck. I didn't know that
showed the
mental
vagina earlier.
Yeah, I knew that, but I was like, I didn't know that mental homes you don't wear panties in women's mental homes. I didn't think that was common knowledge. That's what the whole thing was.
I didn't know that.
Because they say it in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Because when they walk out right before the big guy tries to little monsters, he's like, yeah.
No, I just didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because RDJ is like, why did they figure it out so quick? Do you guys catch along? I'm like, I have no idea where this fucking movie's going. It's twists and turns. It's fucking incredible. But I have no idea. I never knew the plot. The Johnny thing. I love how Johnny is so clearly like, yes, we're making a movie based on a fictional book character that all these people have read this fictional book because they're constantly like, do you remember? I love the part.
And the Proto-Cop?
Yeah.
That's a funny thing.
I really wanted, because it did have a lot I loved the scene breaks of the days, or the day breaks.
Which there was no day 2. Did you notice that?
Yeah, there was.
Was there? Maybe I just missed that one title card, I guess. Because the movie literally starts with day 1, besides the opening. But then I saw day 3, the little sister, and I saw that and I went, where's day 2? Maybe I just missed the title card for a second then.
But I liked those things, and some stuff kind of popped on screen at other times, or just with the narration. There's the scene where Harmony and Harry are talking about how Johnny, whoever, always got 16 kills by the end of the book. He always ended up killing 16 people. I really wanted.
I'm pretty sure there were 16 kills in the movie.
maybe in the movie, but I wanted Harry to kill 16 people. Like, I wanted a huge gunfight at the end.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing where there's 16 in the movie. I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, but I really, I wanted like the big finale scene. I wanted Harry to keep killing more people, and then it just too quickly, like, pause and maybe like a bell, like it didn't, and then I'm at 16 kills or whatever.
I really like both main characters' names in this. Gabe Perry and Harry Lockhart. Yeah. Like, both very good
I can't believe that isn't brought up. The Ryman isn't brought up till the end. But it's when the one, I think it's the bad guy, Harlan. When Harlan's like, oh, Gabe Perry, and what's your name again? And he's like, Harry. He goes, oh, yeah, Harry and Perry. It's the first time they even bring up as the end of the movie. They never bring up the rhyme. I'm sitting there the whole time like, how is no one going to bring up Gabe Perry and Harry? It's the whole thing. They've been together this entire movie, and they haven't brought it up.
Yeah. So, did you like that? It's kind of like a noir movie.
Yeah.
It's like a mystery and stuff.
Liked it.
And then, as I was watching this, though, I did have the revelation. This is maybe the least Christmassy movie of the whole 25 days.
I don't know.
Because 100% it takes place on Christmas. Yes. Because, well, at least
it opens with the last Christmas.
It opens... Yeah. Well, the movie opens with him at the Christmas party. That's day one.
Yeah.
And, well, it's a Christmas party in the lead up to Christmas. They're playing Christmas music, there's lights and everything. But there's no snow, there's no Christmas, there's nothing. And then at the end, Gabe Perry just goes, what do you expect? It's Christmas. Yeah. Like, he says it's like a throwaway line.
Well, Harmony's in the Christmas outfit for, like, the entire day.
Yeah.
And then
it's very un-Christmassy,
What the fuck is the second Christmas party? There's people in glass cages, like, the one lady's a reindeer.
Very weird.
And I'm like, is this supposed to, like, turn the guests on, or what the hell? Also, Robert Downey Jr. calls his dick a Rodney. I think I've heard that as a boner term, but it's been a very long time. He's like, oh, I just got a... Because he's like, oh, you get a Rodney from comforting your best friend's breakups. Does that make you sick? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's sick.
I really like the bit. I guess it's not a bit, it's more of a line. But there's a guy who's trying to roofie a chick. And our DJ, like, stands up to him and makes a big scene. He's like, you want to take it outside? Yeah. And then, or he makes a big scene.
He doesn't try to roofie her. He's trying to rape her.
Yeah, well, and he's like, you want to fuck with me or something? Yeah. We'll step outside right now. Do you want to? And then it cuts to just the guy punching the shit out of RDJ on the ground.
And then he gets picked up by Gabe Perry and he's like, I'll learn to fight, don't worry.
Yeah, that's a good line.
You want Harmony to die?
Yeah.
I wanted...
She's a terrible character. Redeemable.
When they really quickly cut to Gabe Perry in the father's deathbed or whatever that is, I was like, oh, Gabe Perry's going to beat the shit out of this guy to death. And then he just leaves.
Yep.
I was like, no, kill this guy.
Yeah, that's a bit I don't like.
But then I also thought it was maybe going to twist to be...
Especially, he never even said it, you know? Yeah. It's like, maybe the guy understood, but... Say it. Literally say it and then keep slapping him or something.
I also thought it was almost going to twist to be like, oh, we found out later that's not the same dad. His mom remarried and Gabe Perry. Like, I thought Gabe Perry was going to kill him, and then it was going to be turned out, no,
the mom... him in the balls.
The mom remarried or something.
Don't take us down.
I thought it was going to be another, like, really weird, twist of, like, oh, shit, wrong guy. Because I still would have liked to see that old guy die. I don't know. I thought he was almost Brian Coxian.
This movie has everything terrible, and I'm just realizing it has murderers, rapists, pedophiles, literally every bad thing. There's a prostitute in it. Yeah. There's literally every bad thing. Well, prostitute, I don't think it's a victimless crime. Yeah. Every just bad thing is in this movie. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's a bad movie. Not bad, but you know what I mean.
It's a criminal movie. Who are the worst people
in movies?
Is it if you had to put in a room?
This movie?
No, in a room. You have to put... This is going to be off topic. But you have the Seinfeld gang, you have the Sonny gang, and you have the League. They're in a room of just... They have to be dicks to people. Who's going to win? Is it Sonny?
Yeah.
Because Sonny's, like, burned people's faces off.
Yeah, Sonny's irredeemably bad.
But, like, the League...
Because Seinfeld at least try to not destroy people's lives, but they do. And the League just are goofballs.
The thing with the League is that the League moves on.
Yeah.
Too quickly, which is what makes them almost kind of more sadistic.
Seinfeld holds grudges, but...
Because, like, Sonny, they have the whole Barry the Hatchet episode where they know they're doing stuff wrong. Yeah. The League just moves on. Like, there's the episode, I can't even watch it anymore, where...
We're off topic.
I know. Pete is dating that girl that's, like, she's, like, an Olympian or something, and Taco, everyone charges into her and they shatter her legs and she can never compete in the Olympics again. And they just go, oh, that sucks for you, and they leave. I think that's one of the worst episodes ever. I'm like, oh my god, how do they live with that? Also, Taco gets, like, everyone addicted to coke in that show.
That's true. So back to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Do you have more to say? I'm trying to think of just bits I like.
Harlan Dexter is a really weird bad guy because it just like it's building to it, and then he shows up and you're like, oh, he doesn't do much. It's almost like Game Night.
Yeah, and the twist with that is it's weird how the movie you don't know what's going on the whole time, and then it starts to loop together, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Game Night. See Michael Hall.
Yeah, Michael C. Hall.
Michael C. Hall, when he shows up in Game Night, they're like, oh, okay, here's the bad guy we get for 10 minutes. It's very similar to that. We're like, you know Harlan Dexter is going to be the bad guy because they keep saying it, like, oh, it's all these connections. But then he shows up and he tries to be bad. It
was directed by the guys who wrote Homecoming. Bad movie.
I like it.
I didn't. I gave it 2 stars.
Then his goons are, like, just really bad. Also, okay... Robert Downey Jr., I get that he used to be a magician, his gun trick, him catching stuff, so it's cool. But when he catches, a very funny line. He catches the gun and he's hangling from the arm out of the casket on the highway sign, he catches it with his left hand that he got his finger torn off.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he has, and I was like, okay, I don't think he would make that catch because he heals that way too quickly.
I don't know why, but when that whole scene happened with the caskets falling off the bridge and landing on the billboard and... And then immediately after the arm pops off and then it shows Perry and Harry running up, I went, that had to be a fun day on set. Yeah. Like, that just looked like a Rube Goldberg situation of how do we get this to time perfectly, and just looked so fun to film.
The first time, what I liked about this is a lot of movies, on like when there's highway or interstate or whatever, cars kind of screech and they just kind of screech behind the cars. This movie, cars fully like half spin out. And, like, the first time you see it, go, oh, they did something different. It's not a screech. Like, you actually see the impact of traffic. But then every single time something happens on the road, you see cars turn the exact same way because they're coming to this and, like, they serve to be, like, not a full 180, like a 90. And it keeps happening. You're like, okay, it was cool the first couple times, but now we're expecting that every single car is going to be interrupted into a 90-degree slide turn. It's a little weird. But, yeah, he catches the gun with his bum hand.
Yeah.
Also... I think this
Speaking of guns, sorry to interrupt.
The dick scene?
Maybe one of my favorite bits is when Gay Perry has his gun and they're in the water with the car.
Oh, yeah.
And then when he's like, we gotta get out of here, get rid of the evidence. And he takes the gun and throws it. And Gay Perry's like, alright, give me my gun. And he's like, I got rid of it. And he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, my $2,000 Vertec ceramic gun that was a gift from my mother.
I like when he
what are they gonna do when they drag the lake?
I like when he shoots the gun out of his pants.
Yeah.
And he, like, pulls up the gun and he's just like, oh, I'm really glad that's a real gun. I just didn't know that was, like, a thing certain gay guys could do. It was a gay thing that's only a few of you could do or whatever. I thought that was a really funny line. I also really like how right away Robert Downey Jr. with the narration, he makes the joke where he's like, yeah, you'll meet a girl named Jill, and it's spelled Jylle.
Yeah, that's a funny line.
And then I had one...
I don't know why. I really like the one line where... I guess the girl's name is Flicka.
Yeah.
When
she's not German. You think she's going to be German.
She walks up... I've seen her in other stuff, too.
Oh, okay.
But she walks up and she goes, so what are you? And he's like, I'm actually a private eye. Or whatever. And she goes, oh, cool. I'm a stewardess. And he's like, all right. And she goes, okay, bye.
Is that it?
But there's also the line at the party where he's like talking to a chick and she asks what he does and he's like, oh, I'm actually retired. As a kid, I invented the dice and I've just been rich living off that. And he's like, wow.
Yeah. That's the first part.
I wonder if that line would work on somebody. I'm too young,
It's
obviously.
very How I Met Your Mother. Because that's,
you
Barney.
have to be an older guy.
Barney invents everything.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, I think, unless they do it in the hospital, who knows certain hospital policies, but Robert Downey Jr., between day 3 and 4, whatever, when he wakes up in the hospital, he has a completely clean-shaven face. I noticed as soon as the camera turned to him,
maybe they shaved him.
I'm like, maybe they did shave or he asked for something to shave, because I know that can happen in hospitals, but it was so awkward because it's the least of your concerns.
He must not have gone to the hospital for his bullet wound, because if he went to the hospital for a bullet wound and then came back like 2 days later for missing a finger, they'd be like, alright, what the fuck are you doing? That'd be red flags.
Because he had the one here.
Yeah.
And then,
because bullet wounds, I think every single bullet wound has to be reported.
Yeah.
I think.
We never really see cops in this movie. You just hear about Gay Perry's cop friend, because, like, they take down this entire crime thing that Dexter's doing.
Yeah.
And,
there's a few cops, but they're just, like, walking mostly in the background.
They just say that Gay Perry just says that he got him out of it.
And there's the cops that drive by when they're kissing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, with, like, the whole shootout and everything at the end...
Yeah, and there's the cops that chase RDJ at the beginning.
Yeah. But, I mean, I talk about the Dexter stuff.
Yes, I know.
No one knows they're working the case. They're not real detectives. Then they solve this entire case and this whole thing that Dexter set up. And then it's just like, wait, how do they get away? All these people are just dead now. He just killed so many people. And they're like, yeah, you got away from it. I also really like the bit when they're in the hospital room when Gay Perry shows up, who was clearly dead. He had blood spewing out his mouth. And they're like, yeah, I know, I don't hate this trope. Why don't we bring them all back? And then Abe Lincoln walks in, and they're like, no. And then, like, this fat Elvis guy comes in, and he's like, what? And like,
the last shot when they cut back to Gay Perry sitting there, and it's Elvis, like, hanging out the door. Like, I think that's a great shot. But... we should probably wrap this up because I gotta edit it.
Oh yeah, yes, we should have tomorrow.
Yeah. This is the outro.
No, this is the outro. It's the part where we do the outro. Like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps the channel out a lot. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification jingle bell so you get us all the time. It's free. You can always change your mind. That's next, right?
Oh yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Bat Tracy. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Stardust at BatTracy01.
I've been Lex Doll. You can follow me on Instagram at StraightEdgeAtheistJerk and on Twitter at IdiotDoll.
If you want to follow the channel as a collective, you can give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter at Punk Rock Blues.
And you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/punkrockblues. Check us a $1
or $3
or $3
or 83
or 16. I said check us a $1 or $1.
Yeah,
16 kills, $16.
Ask me what's next.
What's next? What's tomorrow?
I just gotta do this little reach into the goodie bag. It's Batman Returns, a movie I've wanted you to see for a long time.
Yeah.
You should go in your room and watch Batman real quick.
I've seen Batman.
Have you seen Batman yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything but the last 5 minutes because I always fall asleep at the same part right at the end. This has got Danny DeVito.
He's from Taxi.
He's from Taxi, and then they like him so much, boom, they put him into the show.
Well, 19 and a half years ago.
Okay, bye.